Hello everyone, it's me Julie over here looking like a fucking blowfish with my bloated cheeks because I just had my wisdom teeth pulled out. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to thrift like a queen. I've made a ton of thrifting videos. Well, not a ton, I've only made like 2, but I've made thrifting videos in the past, but I haven't really like sat down with you guys and given you any advice for when it comes to thrifting. So in today's video, I'm going to do just that, and I'm going to share with you guys 30 quick thrifting tips, and there's going to be a little mini try on haul at the end, and you're going to like see me in a thrift store, the thrift store I always go to. You're going to see it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. So I'm going to start this video off telling you guys advice about what to do before you go thrifting. So my first piece of advice is to start where you're comfortable. Don't go to a thrift store in a place that you feel unsafe in, or a place where you can't focus. If you need to start somewhere a bit more expensive just because that's where you're comfortable, then start there and, ease yourself into thrifting. You don't have to go to like the cheapest thrift store in the entire universe when you have never thrifted before in your entire life, because you'll just overwhelm yourself. My second piece of advice is to know your stores. Every store is different, and there are going to be different ways to navigate it and save money. Don't make the assumption that every thrift store is equal. I like to think that there are 4 different types of thrift stores. At the top, we have stores like Buffalo Exchange and Plato's Closet. These stores are about as easy to shop in as any retail store would be. At the second tier, we have stores like Goodwill and Savers. Goodwill is easy to shop in because there's a flat price for every type of item in the store. For example, all shirts are this price and all pants are this price. And Goodwill only takes items that are in pretty decent condition too. Savers is good because while they don't have a flat price, their store is laid out in a way that is very clean and very similar to a retail store. Third tier would be stores like Value Village and my favorite store, Family Thrift Center. These stores tend to be huge and messy, and their prices can range anywhere from $1/4 to over $100. Lastly, we have outlet stores. These stores sell clothing exclusively, and every item in the store is sold by the pound, or it's given an extremely low flat price. Stores in this category will be extremely hard to shop at, but the payoff is huge. I tend to find that the more difficult it is to shop in a store, the higher the payoff is. For this video, I decided that I was going to challenge myself a bit, and I was going to take all of the advice I share with you guys and go to a 4th tier thrift store and see what I can find. Go early in the morning and give yourself at least a few hours. The earlier you go, the more time you'll have to look through everything, and the less crowded it'll be as well. Wear something comfortable and easy to take off. You'll either be slipping in and out of stuff in the dressing room, or if there is no dressing room, you'll be drying on clothes on top of your clothes. So wear something easy. My go-to outfit is a cami with leggings and sneakers and either a jacket or a button-up on top of that. This is not the cutest look in the world, and it's a bit of an eyesore, but it's extremely practical. Check for coupons and sign up for email memberships. Some stores will give you a special discount if you sign up for membership, and if you sign up for their emails, then they can email you whenever there's a sale going on or something like that. This is, I guess, a bit more of a long-term piece of advice, but if you go thrifting a lot, really consider learning how to sew. If you like a piece that is just a bit too small or a bit too big, if you know how to sew, you can still get it anyways, and you can still figure out how to make it work. Alright, now let's go into what you should bring when you go into the thrift store. Bring some cash. A lot of thrift stores won't accept your card, or they will make you spend a certain amount before you can use your card. I know for me personally, I can never go to the Family Thrift Outlet with a card because I never spend over $5 over there. So just bring some cash just in case. Bring your own bag. You're already saving the earth by thrifting, so why not save a tree and bring your own bag? A lot of thrift stores give you crappy bags anyways that fall apart, so why not take care of that problem by bringing your own bag? Bring something to clean your hands, either wet wipes or a bottle of hand sanitizer. Thrift stores can be kind of nasty, not gonna lie, and I mean, if you're done shopping and you've just been digging through a bunch of used clothes, your hands are gonna be kind of dirty. So I would suggest bringing some hand sanitizer or wet wipes. Bring measuring tape. Some thrift stores, especially thrift outlets, do not have a dressing room. One way that you can solve this dilemma is by bringing your own measuring tape, and at the end of your shopping trip, actually measure everything out in your basket and make sure that everything is the same measurements as you. Bring a friend. A friend can be good for moral support, watching your shit, finding new shit, you finding them shit, or them telling you that you look like shit. So bring a friend. Alright, now I'm going to give you guys advice for once you are already at the thrift store to help you shop. Develop a system and decide what to look for first. For me personally, if there's a thrift store that sells houseware, I'll look at houseware items first, and then after that I'll look at accessories and all that kind of stuff. And this is just because it's easier to look through, and if you do find something there, it'll boost your confidence and it'll make you more likely to find something throughout the rest of your trip. Look by color and texture. Don't just flip through everything unless you're looking at t-shirts or something, because if you do that, then you're just gonna be miserable. What I like to do is I just quickly glance over a rack of clothing, and whatever catches my eye is what I pull out. I don't just look at every individual piece of clothing, because if I did that, then I would be at the thrift store all day and I would probably hate everyone. So don't do that. Look everywhere. If you're tall, look in the men's section, and if you're short like me, look in the little boys section, or you can look in both if you want. I mean, some of my favorite things that I found in the little boys section. This jacket that I'm wearing right now, I found this in the little boys section. And this shirt that I'm wearing right here, I found in the men's section. So don't just limit yourself to one section of the store. Make sure to check the condition of all the clothes before you buy them. Don't walk out of a thrift store with cheap or damaged goods only to throw them away and have them end up in a landfill somewhere. If you see something that's damaged, then don't buy it, or at least make sure that it's not a big deal to you. Try not to have an agenda when you go, but at least have an idea of what you like. Don't go into a thrift store with only one specific item in mind, but at least know what colors, what fits, what type of materials you like, because that'll just make it a lot easier to find the type of things that you want to add to your closets. Don't be afraid to experiment. Thrifting gives you the chance to try something that you normally wouldn't have access to, or you normally just wouldn't try. So take advantage of that and just try out as many different styles as you can. Of course, when you are getting something, ask yourself realistically, will I wear this on public? Because you don't just want to buy something just for the sake of being trendy and then you don't end up wearing it, because that's no good. Ignore sizing. Sizing fluctuates so much between different brands that I just completely ignore it now. Especially if you're buying vintage items. Vintage items, their sizing is completely different. So just don't pay attention to sizing. Buy off-season. A lot of things will be cheaper during the off-seasons. Sure, you might not be able to wear your clothes right away, but do your future self a solid and buy stuff for the future. Don't leave your stuff unattended. Someone can easily walk off with your basket or slip something out of it when you're not paying attention. So make sure to keep an eye on your basket at all times, or bring your stuff with you in the dressing room. If you're alone, listen to some music and tune everything out. Personally, I really like thrifting alone because it helps me shop better. I feel like I find better stuff when I'm by myself. I find that it's easier to make sure that I'm looking through everything, and it helps tune out all the crying babies and whatnot. Donate whenever you can. I try to donate as much as I can whenever I go, just because that way it feels like clothing is coming in and out of my closet, and it helps prevent me from having too much stuff, because there is a such thing as having too much stuff. Make sure that your phone is charged. If you're going to be Googling stuff or jamming out, you want to make sure that your phone doesn't die on you, because that's not going to be fun. Do your research. Don't always think that the thrift store has your best intentions at heart. Oftentimes, stores will try to rip you off by making you pay a ridiculous fee for a designer item, or making you pay a regular fee for a fast fashion item. However, it's also important to do your research so that you know when you've struck gold. For instance, these Levi's that I thrifted for 25 cents retail for around $40. Don't try stuff on unless you absolutely must. I never try on t-shirts or jackets or any of that kind of stuff. The only thing I really try on is pants if I think that they're not going to fit me, but usually I'm pretty good at telling whether pants are going to fit me or not, because I always measure the rise of my pants because I don't like low-rise jeans. I want to make sure that my pants are high-waisted and they're covering my belly button. So I don't need to try my pants on to make sure that they fit me because I have my measuring tape with me. So save yourself some time and don't go in the dressing room unless you absolutely have to. Speaking of the dressing room, if there is one, check the rack of stuff right next to the dressing room. If someone else with a really cute sense of fashion just walked out of the dressing room and put a bunch of shit on that rack, you better go look at that rack, because honestly, like, I've found some really, really cool items on the rack, because I mean, these are the items that people have already picked out and like taken, so who knows what you'll find. After you go, shower and wash everything, because I've heard so many horror stories on the internet about the nasty shit that some employees find in those donation bags, and you just don't want that on your body. Like, no. Yeah, it's pretty gross. A lot of thrift stores don't wash things when they get them, so who knows when these things have been washed. Never judge a book by its cover. Don't be afraid of going into a store because it looks like it won't have anything, and don't think that because at a first glance it looks like a bunch of old lady stuff that you're not gonna find anything, because you'd be surprised. You just have to look and you have to be patient. Branch out. Don't just go to the same thrift store all the time. If you're out of town or you're traveling, check out the thrift stores in the area, because you never know what you'll find. Every thrift store will specialize in a different type of item, so visit as many as you can. And my last tip is to be respectful. This is something that no one else has really talked about. I've never really seen anyone talk about this, but it's something that I've personally experienced growing up in a household where sometimes thrifting was the only option for me. Don't make employees' lives hell by throwing shit and making a huge mess on the ground. Pick up after yourself. And don't leave stuff in the dressing room. People always do that, and it's so rude. Like, why can't you just take the stuff and go put it out on the rack? Why do you have to leave it in the dressing room? And also, don't just try on clothes because they're funny or they're ugly and you just want to laugh about how stupid you look, because a lot of people are thrifting at that store because they don't have a choice. They are not financially able to shop at other places, so when they see a bunch of stupid teenagers that are just thrifting because it's cool, because Macklemore rapped about it in a song, and they're just making a huge mockery out of the place, it kind of makes them feel like shit. So just be a little bit mindful of that and be respectful. Alright, so the first shirt that I have is from the movie Pulp Fiction, and it has Jules on it, and it just says Tasty Burger, and my nickname is Jules too, so I like Jules. But anyways, it's just a plain black shirt. I really like the way the blue looks with the black. I didn't think I would like this, but I really like this. So yeah, this is just the shirt. I really like the fit. I just have it tucked into a pair of high-waisted mom jeans that I wear with literally everything because I'm basic. Okay, next I have this white, blue striped, well, it has blue and kind of red stripes. I don't know how well you can see that or not, but it has white and blue and light blue, and it just looks like this. It's just a button-down shirt. It's pretty plain. I really like it because I feel like a dad, and anything that makes me look like a dad or makes me feel like a dad is a plus. This is probably my favorite shirt. It is just this very nice pink color, and it's just very flowy and loose, and it has these little bell sleeves. I don't know, it looks fancy as hell, and whenever I wear this shirt I feel like my name is Coco and I only drink expensive red wine. It just looks like this. It's just a plain t-shirt. It's kind of cropped, I don't know, I can't really tuck it in because it's kind of cropped, but that's okay because I like it cropped. It looks cute. And I really like it because it definitely gave me Tommy vibes, but it's not Tommy, so I don't know. It's just this, and I really like it. So this next item I wasn't originally going to show you guys, but I'm all about body positivity, so why the fuck not? Alright, so this is the item. These are some white Tommy Hilfiger shorts. They are so cute, but the only problem is that they just barely don't fit me. and it's kind of unfortunate, but I knew that they wouldn't fit me when I got them. I just got them because I know that like the way they don't fit me, like they could fit me if I just like worked out and I ate better. But I don't know, like I don't know if it's even worth it or not to keep these. I might just sell them on Depop. I'm not really sure what I should do yet, but I could not pass these up. I had to get them, so I'm either going to use them as motivation or I'm going to sell them. I haven't decided yet. These yellow high-waisted pants, they're pretty tight. I know my tummy, like I really need to work on that, but they are just yellow, like bright yellow. They have this really nice tapered look on the leg. Like, let me see if I can show you guys. Oh my god. Okay, well, this is what the leg looks like. Yeah, I really like them. They're just like a nice primary color. Like I've been really feeling like primary colors lately. So yeah, I think these are like really fresh for spring. And last but not least, we have my vintage Levi's. Yay! These are 512s and they make my booty look amazing. So these jeans are incredible. I love these jeans. Yeah, they are just high-waisted again, because you know I don't fuck with none of that low-rise shit. And yeah, they were 25 cents. I mean, everything was 25 cents. Also, by the way, like the grand total for everything that I got, guys, was $1.75. Yeah, that's right, bitch.